In this first video, I will cover features of Blue Water Navy's map, which can be a bit confusing. Let's start with overfly arrows. When overflying the Arctic, the range from the Kola Peninsular air bases to Sea Zone East 910 is 3, and 4 to reach East 78. In fact, the arrow should read 2 zones, not plus 2 zones. The distance is actually the same as a regular move through North 78, but overflying the Arctic allows the Soviets to avoid NATO interceptors patrolling near Iceland. The range from Med 3-4, Med 5-6 and the Libya base to East 1 is 3, not 4. And the range from Sevastopol to Med 7-8 is 1 when overflying Turkey, not 2, or 4 if going the long route. There are fighters printed on the map in Turkey, Denmark, and the US. The Turkish fighters intercept Soviet strikes overflying Turkey. However, note that they do not fly combat air patrol over the Turkish facility. Danish fighters intercept Soviet strikes flying from the Baltic Sea to the North Sea, but they do not fly combat air patrol over the Danish facility. Fighters in the United States, on the other hand, do fly combat air patrol over nearby facilities and targets, as we will see later. Remember that units based on islands are at range 0 to their surrounding sea zone. This means, for example, that the Maritime Patrol unit based in Puerto Rico can reach West 78, which is at range 1. Cuba is treated the same way, so the diesel submarine based in Cuba can move to West 910, which is 1 sea zone away. This move could be intercepted in West 6. The Tupolev based in Cuba can also be intercepted in West 6 every time it goes on mission. Speaking about islands, note that Malta, which can become a Soviet air base if you play the Paradrop card, is located in Med 5-6. Finally, note that the Sigonella air base is only adjacent to the Med 5-6 zone and not Med 3-4. This is actually a misprint on the map. Let's now have a closer look at facilities. Remember that an airbase is adjacent to all sea zones with an airfield or port symbol or touching their square. This means that air units based in Scotland are adjacent to East 6, North 5-6, North 3-4 and East 4. But whether in any of these sea zones affects the Scotland facility. Land-based fighters conduct combat air patrol not only over their facility, but also nearby targets. Scotland also protects the UK naval base and the RAF Flying Dales and Menwith Hill installations once they come into play. Sigonella also protects Taranto. The map-printed F-15s in the continental US protect Florida, Norfolk and Charleston, as well as the Cape Canaveral and Washington early warning radars installations. The Soviet Baltic Air Base protects the Soviet Baltic Naval Base. Likewise, the Soviet Kola Air Base protects the Soviet Kola Naval Base, as well as the Kola strategic targets once they come into play. Sevastopol also protects the Sevastopol strategic targets once they come into play. Finally, Cuba also protects the Lourdes installation. Carrier-based fighters conduct combat air patrol over adjacent land targets if the strike is in their zone when attacking. Finally, what happens when the Soviets capture La Spezia? The facility is then split in two: La Spezia, under Soviet control, and Toulon-Istres, under NATO control. The same happens if the Soviets capture Kiel-Schleswig. In that case, Esbjerg becomes its own separate NATO control facility.